Well, hello there. This is Mamet, Amma to some of you. Welcome to this video and welcome back to this series where I am tackling some of your stronghold beliefs. This one too is going to challenge a perception, something that is touted in the space as wisdom, but I think this wisdom is how a lot of people get their priorities misplaced. A lot of people get derailed and they don't understand what happened. It's a simple phrase. It's a phrase that people tout and they get us all to buy into it. I've bought into it before. But I realized its limitations and I want to share that with you. It is the phrase positive thinker. Think positive. Whatever you are trying to do, think positive. Manson wants to be a millionaire next week. Think positive. That's ridiculous. On the balance of probability, unless I rob a bank, I am not becoming a millionaire next week. It just doesn't make sense. I don't have any rich family member who is going to bequeath anything to me. Well, I haven't bought the lottery ticket, so I am not winning the lottery ticket. My business is growing, but it's nowhere near that kind of output. That's not going to change in a week. So how on earth am I going to be able to become a millionaire in a week? Ridiculous. All the positive thinking you want, if you don't balance it and bring certain things into the equation to bring order, you will be a lunatic, setting stupid goals that are unachievable. And eventually, you will discourage yourself because you have focused on the wrong things. It is not positive thinking that allows you to become. We are going to take the phrase positive thinker, and again, we are going to replace it with this phrase realistic optimist. That's what we're going to become. Not positive thinkers, not random positive thinkers who are pulling ridiculous expectations, who are not baselining anything in reality, and we are just going off with wild tangents and coming. No. What we want to become is realistic optimists. What does that mean? A realistic person is somebody who actually looks at possibilities and balances them with probability. You want to look at possibilities. Is it possible that I'll be a millionaire next week? No. But could it be possible that I could become a millionaire in a year? That's possible. That's possible because that allows enough time. Is it more likely within a decade? Possibly. It will be easier within a decade, right? I can go steadily and so on. But I've seen people do it in a year. So I'm like, okay, a year is possible. How many people have I seen become millionaires in a week? I've seen a few, but it was with inheritance or the lottery. None of these things I have in place. What are my chances of getting there? Zero. So should I become a positive thinker? No, I should be realistic in this target setting. Baseline my expectations in what is possible. Realistic optimist. So it doesn't look likely, but it may be possible. I will write that possibility. Yeah, that is optimism. To see your glass as half full instead of half empty. I mean, whether you see it as half full or half empty, the water is at that same level. It's whether you're looking at it from the top or you're looking at it from the bottom up. Somebody who sees it as half full actually sees themselves 50% closer to target. Somebody who sees it as half empty sees themselves 50% away from target. They are at the same position. Their experiences will be completely different depending on how you view it. That's why the phrase is realistic optimism. You want to be a realistic optimist because you don't want to be wild in your baselines. You want to actually baseline on what is possible. You want to look at circumstances and decide what can happen and what may not happen. And yes, you want to err on the side of positivity, but you don't want to be too wild on your erring on the side of possibility. So we are changing you from a positive free thinker to a realistic optimist. look at things from the most optimistic possible position, but don't be stupid in choosing where your optimism is placed. Be real and look at how achievable what it is that you are baselining is. And if you are able to manage keeping it real and being positive about it, then you have achieved the realistic optimism position. Realistic optimism is a good place to be because, well, you can still be positive, you can still see all the things that could be. You choose to be positive instead of negative, but you choose to be positive instead of negative within the confines of what is realistically possible. It's a short video, but I expect this one to disrupt some of your thinking. I expect this one to make you ask questions, and I'll be looking for those questions in the comments. Please put them in the comments. If I feel that there is still more work to be done in this area, I will. But I have a feeling this one is enough to address what realistic optimism is. I hope that your comments will corroborate this view, but if not, we will follow up later. I'll see you soon.